Hey everybody, welcome back to Rink's Garage. Today we're working on a 94 Dodge Ram. It's got 318 in it. It's having some trouble starting. So it'll start fine when it's cold, but when it gets warmed up, you shut it off. About 10 minutes later, it won't fire. It'll crank and crank and crank. So, thinking we got a bad crank sensor once she gets warmed up. So we're going to switch her out. So, crank sensor on this thing is located in the bell housing behind the motor, which not ideal to get at because this cowl sticks out so far it's halfway over the top of the engine. So, you gotta kind of do it by feel, I think. But basically, here's the sensor. This just sticks down in the bell housing and runs off the flywheel. 2 bolts, but it's way back there. So, first thing we'll do is get the airbox and stuff out of the way, and then we'll see if we can take a look back there and see what we got. Alright, got the airbox off. That's just one hose clamp, 5/16, and then it'll snap right out of the fender. And then it does have one breather tube on the back. So. Now, the hard part is even seeing the thing, but we do have an EGR tube in the way. So this one, it's 2 bolts into the manifold there. Runs across to the back of the intake manifold. We're gonna have to get that out because that tube runs right over the top of the 2 bolts we need to take out. Now, not everyone's gonna have EGR. I think there was some non-EGR, so you wouldn't have that tube in the way. But in order to get to the thing, we got to go in from up here. I don't know, you can see it down there, but down below, that's where the sensor is. So we're gonna have to put some universal joints and wobble sockets together and see if we can get them bolts out and pull her out of there. And then it's just got one plug-in on it. So we'll see if we can get back there. Well, I got the 2 bolts out of the EGR tube on this side, and I can move it up and down. It swivels up there, but I can't get on that nut with anything. It'd be a stubby 7/8 or 15/16, it looks like. But I did stick the camera in there. Got a picture of it. So as you can see, it's got 2 bolts, and of course they're round hex cap or Torx. Can't see because they're full of stuff. So hopefully, you can see that tube runs right here. So hopefully if I got a long hex head, I can maybe get in there. But I'm gonna have to do it probably by sticking my phone down there and watching the camera. So I'll see what I can get stuck in there and see if I can get them 2 bolts out. And then we'll just have to find where the wiring harness runs and swap her out. So I did end up unhooking some vacuum lines here just and move the plug wires up just to get them out of the way so I can get around that corner. I don't know if you can see it any better in there now, but it's going to be a tight squeeze to get them out. So, and I got big fat arms, so not ideal, but I'll see if I can get a long Allen wrench in there. I think I got some somewhere. Yeah, maybe I can get the long Torx or Allen in there, pass that tube and get the bolt out. So we'll see what happens. Well, half hour later, I got it out. Was not fun. Turns out she's got 1/4-inch hex socket heads. 2 of them, one vacated. Got it out, dropped it back there, didn't hit the ground, so I'm gonna have to go searching for that. That's why I got her jacked up. I'm gonna roll under there and see if it ended up in a frame rail or what. And then once I got her loose, of course, EGR tube right over the top of it, couldn't get her out. So took the old pry bar and popped that EGR tube up as high as I could get it. I think it was turning, might have been bending, so hopefully we can get that back down and get her bolted in. But got the old one out, so now, and I did find out, you can kind of see the situation through the fender well here. Get you up in there. I can kind of see where it's all going on back there. Can't reach up there at all, but anyway, everything's in the way. Dipstick tube. I don't know if it'll be easier or harder to put it back in or not. Had to come out at quite a kind of an angle. There's a rubber grommet in there, but so I got her out, and then the harness does run around just on the back side of the driver's side valve cover. There's a connector you got to pop loose to get him out. So, but here's the new one up there. Make sure everything is the same, which it looks like it is. It is a little lower profile, so this one's all plastic. It's about 3/8 to a 1/2 inch thick on top. This one is just steel, so that might give me enough room to slide her right back in, but crawl back up there and try her. But yeah, I'll find that other bolt. But so I got where did it go? Here's what I used. 1/4 inch, about 3-inch long Allen wrench with a universal joint and a short extension, and I was able to get in there, get them loose, wind them out by hand. So see if we can put her back together. Well, after about 45 minutes, the new one is installed. What I ended up having to do was lay my phone up top, the camera facing down, so I could see to get the bolt started, which was a real treat. The bottom one, not too bad. The top one, real tricky to get it lined up right. But see it through here. There she is. So I'll tighten down. Gotta hook my vacuum lines back up that I took off here, move the wires back to the holder, and tighten down the EGR tube. Again, we'll throw the air box on it. Hopefully she starts. You can't have any fatter arms than I got. You're not going to get it. But the one with no EGR tube probably wouldn't be too bad. You could probably reach right back there, but this one sucked. So if you got a buddy with real skinny arms, that might help too. Or 2 guys. You can see it through that fender well, so if you had 2 guys, you could kind of help guide it in, maybe. But I'll button this stuff back up and we'll see if she runs. Well, 2.5 hours later, she's back together. There is one other way I think you could do it. If you dropped the Y pipe off of the manifolds, you could probably reach up from underneath and do everything. If you had a lift, something like that. But it can be done from the top mostly. So now the true test, see if she runs. Sitting for a while. She's running, so now we'll just get her good and warmed up, shut her off, leave her sit for about 10 minutes and see if she fires up. I think it was just due to heat sink and that sensor getting bad, so take it for a little test drive and should be good to go. Hope that helps you guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.